Hi, my name is Pam, and I am the brilliance behind Your Life is Art Essentials. I wanted to show you today an example of what my intuitive essential oil readings are and how they could help you in your life. So I'm going to do a mock reading. I'm also going to actually be shifting the reading just a little bit because there's one thing that I feel is very important that should be incorporated into who we are, because I feel I have truly benefited from learning this. And for myself, that was learning my human design. So I am actually a projector. My emotional authority is emotional solar plexus. So makes complete sense to me when I learned that, because I am very emotional, and solar plexus is definitely where I tend to feel things. So I feel like it's definitely not going to be an in-depth, because I don't read human design charts. This is an example. So this is my reading, and this is how many pages. So I do not do in-depth human design readings, but I feel it is really beneficial to know what your human design is. So I'm going to begin incorporating that. And if you would like, I could definitely put you in touch with someone who could help you with an in-depth reading. But at the very least, the basic reading. So it'll give you the chart here. It'll tell you what your human design type is, what else does it show here? So it shows your type, it shows your strategy, which my strategy is for a projector being invited. So sometimes as a projector, you can feel like you're not being heard, and that's the missing piece of the puzzle, that you didn't have that invitation. And it could even be something as simple as someone's talking about a challenge that they're having in their life. And so you could then speak up and say, if you're interested, and if they say no, cool. Doesn't really matter, right? If they are interested, great, you can share it with them. So it's just something that I have found really beneficial. So I am going to be shifting my designs just a little bit, or my readings, just to incorporate this. And then it gives people the freedom to then learn a little bit more about themselves, because I feel like that is really important. It's one thing to be given a report this size. I think this one's like 27 pages, but it's another thing to actually want that information and want to incorporate that within your life. So starting with the basic information, which is exactly how I started a couple of years ago, I think, and then feeling that curiosity. Okay, so what else can I learn about myself? What other techniques could I be using to make my life a little bit more simpler? One really simple thing that I learned about projector traits is a lot of projectors like to be horizontal. And I found when I come home at the end of the day, that's my favorite position. I feel like I recharge best, I relax, I rejuvenate myself. I feel refreshed, and it could even just be, 5-10 minutes just laying flat, whether it's on my bed or on the floor or on the deck, whatever it is. And I found it interesting because I've always loved laying down, not on my back, but on my stomach. I've always loved that. And so after I learned that that's apparently a projector trait, I found myself being drawn in a little bit more. So, okay, I'm going to do my mock oil and energy reading, and then you'll get to experience it. So the deck I'm going to use today is a Starseed Oracle deck, which I felt drawn to. So before I even start, I smudge myself and I smudge the cards. And what that does is it clears the energy, because I don't want to be picking up on my own energy, and I don't want to be picking up on anyone else's energy that I may have crossed during the day. So the cards that came up for this mock reading, Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, Activation, Surrender to the Sweetness, Venus Energy, Pleasure, Joy, Make Love to Life. I really feel like this one's coming up because there's a little bit too much apparently I can't say the word. Rigidness. Rigidity. Get in the flow of life. So in this card, so there's the water. So instantly, as soon as I see water, I think of flow. Along with flow comes abundance, and it's not just money abundance, it's time, it's, what is it trying to say? Cohesiveness, peace, overall peace. Stop resisting and lean in and trust the universe more. Trust that things are unfolding as they need to. You no longer need to hold those tight chains. It's time to let go. Portal. So for the portal, doors are opening. You decide, rewards, and wild card. What would happen if you just chose to let go? What would happen if you trusted? What would happen if you loosened those chains and stepped out into the unknown? You decide. Doors are opening. This is the time to decide. And the rewards come after loosening those chains. So loosening the control. That can definitely help in a very big way. So for this mock reading, the human design that came up is a generator. The strategy is to respond. The not self theme. So when you're not in alignment, my not self theme is bitterness. This not self theme is frustration. So what that means is when you're not in alignment, you're going to feel really, really, really frustrated. So that is something within your control that you can shift. Because if you're feeling frustrated, that is your opportunity to feel into that and ask yourself why. Why am I feeling so frustrated? Why is this person making me feel frustrated? Because it's really and truly not that person making you feel frustrated. You are interpreting whatever that person is doing, and you are embracing that frustration within yourself. So that is something to explore. Your inner authority is sacral, which is down lower abdomen. Profile is 4-6. Definition, triple split definition, which, like I said, I am not an in-depth human design reader. So this is just something that I really do feel it's important to learn all aspects about ourselves. That is the best way that we can integrate shifts and change into our lifestyle, because each of us are completely different, completely. So it's leaning into our trust. So 2 oils that came up as I was going through the cards was Balance and Claricom. I'm just going to see if there's any other ones. I feel like there definitely is. Adaptability, yeah. Oh. Okay, so this feels good. And interestingly enough, at the very end there, I had a thought that clearly dropped in that said, just open the book, and that's what you need. And the last thing I wrote down was breathe. And where did I open the book to? Breathe. So the oils that I came up with to help this person would be Balance, which is the oil of grounding. Claricon, which I need to look up. Oh, it's the oil of vulnerability. Adaptive, which is the oil of adaptability. Copaiba, which is the oil of unveiling. Frankincense, which is the oil of truth. And here's the thing, if you deny your truth, you're living in resistance and trying to control every aspect of the situation. You're not living your truth at all. You're living in resistance because you're trying to control every single aspect of your life and perhaps most likely those around you. Myrrh. Mother Earth. And then breathe, and that's the oil of breath. And so I'm going to go back to that one because that's what I opened to. So what I do with these readings is I will send you a copy of off of my phone. I do a screenshot from the Emotions and Essential Oils book. And so you'll get, it's not as in-depth as the book, but it has a lot of information. So, and if anything does come up, like this did, for some reason I need to read the breathe page, I will read it during your video. You will receive a link to the video, and then it's a private link. So once you get the link, you can view it, and no one else will see it. So breathe addresses the inability to let go of grief and pain. Individuals in need of breathe struggle to breathe and literally feel suffocated by sadness. And sometimes people that are simmering in this, that's the word that came up, simmering in this, they don't even realize how sad they're feeling. They don't even realize that they're not breathing. It's when it's brought to their attention and they realize how they've been living. And then once they shift, it's incredible, incredible the difference. The lungs and the air passages become constricted, preventing air and emotion from releasing. The root of this condition is feeling unloved. Individuals grieve the love they never received. They often shut down due to fear, not knowing whether the love they need will be there. They distrust whether it's safe to open and take in life. Breathe encourages individuals to release grief and sadness and to receive genuine love and healing. Breathe also supports one's relationship with spirit and deepens one's connection to life. It invites individuals to let go, breathe out, and receive, breathe in. If you think of it also in this way, with masculine and feminine energy. So feminine energy is the receiving. Masculine energy is more of the doing. When it's out of balance, and say perhaps you get into the mode of doing. This can happen with a lot of moms, right? Especially if you have young kids. You get into the doing mode, taking care of the kids, doing laundry, making meals, making lunches, school stuff, like whatever it is, doctor's appointments, whatever it might be. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel daunting. So it's really important to have that balance between the masculine and feminine energy. So if you're feeling like you're in doing a lot of doing, you need to balance it out and get some more self-care. You need to have that time for you, and you need to allow yourself to receive. The root of this condition is feeling unloved. Individuals grieve the love they never received. They often shut down due to fear, not knowing whether the love they need will be there. They distrust whether it's safe to open and take in life. Breathe encourages individuals to release grief and sadness and to receive genuine love and healing. Breathe also supports one's relationship with spirit and deepens one's connection to life. It invites individuals to let go, breathe out and breathe in. And like I said, with the feminine and masculine energy, that's one thing that you want to take into consideration. In this way, this blend teaches individuals to embrace life through breath. Breathe imbues individuals with the courage to fully open. The more closed we are, the more resistant we are. And the more resistant or resistance we create in our own lives. So the ingredients in that blend is laurel, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, and rabansara. So negative emotions that it can help with is sad, grieving, despairing, unloved, constricted, distrusting, and closed. And positive properties are loved, supported, receiving, open, healing, soulless, embracing life, and trusting. So some suggested uses is aromatic and topical. So what that means is aromatic in the diffuser. If you can see my diffuser back there. And then topical would be using a coconut oil on your skin. So there's one other thing I'm going to share with this reading. So the other piece that I am actually going to start incorporating into my readings as well is once you give me permission to access your energy, I'm also going to do a chakra balancing. So what that does is I actually have a pendulum and I have crystals for every single chakra. So this is not something I use either. I do not use this on me personally. I am just using this with clients. I have my own pendulum. I have a couple actually that I really enjoy using, and I specifically want to use this for these readings. So I will start with cleansing. So I'm not going to turn it over, obviously. And then this is going to be a very basic energy reading for our chakras with the Reiki energy. I may eventually begin offering a much deeper dive into this and how you can really support your life by making sure your chakras are nice and open. And yeah, it's going to be a good experience. So I'm going to start with the root chakra for this client. So when I work with pendulums, when it swings counterclockwise like this, it means that there's an imbalance. So there's an imbalance in the root chakra. And it seems to be flowing better now. So now we'll trade that out. We'll move up to the sacral. Interesting. So the pendulum started to turn counterclockwise, and now, if you can see, it's absolutely stationary and it's not moving at all. So there's a major, major, major block in the sacral, which that's also going to be blocking your creativity. That's also going to be blocking your sexual energy. All right, and this one is for the solar. Could you see how it was really, really, really blocked there? And now it's slowly starting to move. So there's definitely work that needs done on the sacral as well. So now we're moving up to the throat. Nope, not throat, the heart. There's a blockage in the heart. And one thing that I have learned and experienced is if there's a blockage in the heart, and it's stopping. Interesting. Sacral and heart. So when there's a significant block in the heart, when there's any block in the heart actually, it's blocking your lower chakras and your upper chakras from coming together. And that's very important. I felt personally the experience of a heart wall coming down, and the freedom that I felt in that moment energetically was incredible. So we're now moving to the throat. The throat is very, very open. Very open. Interesting. Not interesting. Now we're going to move to the third eye. Zero movement on the third eye. Now it's slowly turning counterclockwise, so there's a blockage. That's not very clear. So we've got sacral, heart, third eye. Now we're going to do crown. It's literally just straight up and down. So the crown is blocked as well. So that is a very basic energy overview. I think I will be doing some more in-depth ones, but to get started, because this can be a lot of information for someone, especially if you're new to this and you're new to making shifts in your life. Baby steps are key because you don't want to get overwhelmed. So what I will do is I will take the information that comes up. I will create a link to order the essential oils from, which then creates a free account for you. With doTERRA, you will receive 25% off of your products for a full year with no obligation to buy. If you would like to, great. If you would like to get back in touch to, have a follow-up reading afterwards or talk about clearing some of that energy, which can be really, really, really powerful. I'm actually working with someone currently to help some healing process. And since clearing some blockages, the healing has gotten better. So it's incredible how the frequencies can work with energy and oils and all of that. So I hope this reading was beneficial for you. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I am here to help and spread the love and energy.